And in terms of our broad framework, one way to think about what we're trying to do, at least philosophically, is offer a strength-based mentorship and support ecosystem. So what might be perceived as deficits or barriers at first could also be seen in terms of strengths and abilities. And just wanted you to take a moment to look at this slide and see some examples of that. There's obviously barriers and challenges, but some of those the reasons underlying neurological reasons underlying some of those same barriers could be turned into strengths that could really help support student success. The program also seeks to emphasize what the community college student can do. And we really try to connect students with autistic role models. And here's just a really wonderful and inspiring quote by Dr. Temple Grandin. One of the students in the program keeps this quote and image as her main desktop image while she's studying, because it just really inspires her. And the quote's just, what would happen if the autism gene was eliminated from the gene pool? You'd have a bunch of people standing around a cave, chatting and socializing, not getting anything done. So in terms of the actual package of customized supports that are available in this pilot. So the layer of support services highlighted in yellow that you see here are the type of services and augmented supports offered by the program. However, I just wanted to add that it's completely personalized and customized depending on the actual needs of the individual student, and which can change over time. And keeping in mind that this is a program that starts in the 6 months prior to high school graduation and then continues those support services, and the grant that funds these services continues in the first year of transitioning to college. And I'll get into a little bit more about the award criteria in a moment. But one of the unique aspects of this program, which is really a customized wraparound support program to promote student success, is that there's a regional bridge coordinator, which is a little different than a transition coordinator that, there's some fabulous transition coordinators at the high school level and within the community college system. But there's also, we found, need for consistency, for this sort of bridge mentor that will help coordinate and help mentor the student on the spectrum to better understand and advocate for themselves, and of what resources are really available at the community level, within the college, while they're still in high school, within the high school, and kind of bridge those supports and augment, use the funding of this program to augment what's already available without duplicating any services, and customize it to that individual to best promote their success. And so with that in mind, what again is we found just really helpful is just the coordination of resources and partnerships at the community level, and offering that, again, consistent mentorship and additional wraparound support services to make sure that these students don't fall through the cracks. And so the mentor can help bridge gaps and coordinate available community resources in the high school, college, local business community. So the entire, community college ecosystem, really. And customized support can, again, it's rather than duplicate, it's augmenting the resources already available, helping that student on the spectrum better understand their strengths, their interests, and ultimately persist towards their higher education goals for success. And the other important point to note is that the support grant is portable. So it could be used at community college to support success in courses, but it could also be used to explore an apprenticeship or an internship or employment arrangement. And College DuPage offers some really wonderful opportunities in that regard, which I'll get into a little bit later. And so the idea here is a transition success that with this pilot program that we're attempting to bridge gaps and augment resources so that these students really are just less likely to fall through the cracks. And we know from previous research and previous evidence that this is a population that's disproportionately likely to not have the support they need and potentially fall through the cracks. And so just wanted to present a really short 3.5-minute video. That introduces some autistic voices of students and their personal experiences. It's really an informational and educational video, and also introduces the Transition to Success project.
It's fine, isn't it?
I'm not naughty. I'm autistic. And I just get too much information.
Been different than other people. Growing up, I never felt accepted by anyone. Even my parents thought I was weird. I knew I was different, but I didn't understand why, and that was frustrating. It was lonely, and I felt like an outcast.
My personal story starts when I was 4, when I was diagnosed. Because of all of my difficulties, because of my issues, I really didn't know where I was going to be when I became an adult. I didn't have many aspirations as a kid because of the amount of services I had to go through. But because of where I came and because of my supports, I was able to become an adult. I was able to go to college.
There's no safety net. You go to college, you move into your room, your parents leave. In the end, your decisions are your own. An important factor is sensory load.
Hey, sweetheart. It's okay.
There was a guidance counselor that I would talk to occasionally, but she would give me vocational fields and enlisted military jobs and just things that she thought that I would be able to do. And they would put us in boxes and think that we're all kind of the same. It can be very limiting to an individual.
See, autism is a very big spectrum. At one end of the spectrum, you got half the people at Silicon Valley. And then at the other end of the spectrum, you've got somebody who's very handicapped, remains nonverbal, is going to have to live in a supervised living situation. Really, really big spectrum. And you know, Einstein probably be labeled autistic today in a lot of school systems because he had no speech until age 3.
I had all of these skills, all of this value that I hadn't been able to appreciate because I had been so focused, so fixated on what everyone was telling me I was bad at. And being able to appreciate what I was good at made a huge difference in my life. To hear, you've told me what you want to do, and I believe that you will be successful at it.
I want to see the kids that are like me succeed. That's the kind of stuff that makes me happy. When I see the things that I do make a difference.
How can I help?